Hey folks, welcome back. We are in the start of the classical era, and I left it on a bit of a cliffhanger as to which culture I was going to select for this classical era, and I decided to select the Maya. We'll go over that in a second, but just a quick recap is I started as the Mycenaeans, obviously. As you can see, I have Mycenae here, and I'm still currently producing a Promachoi, and I did make a few adjustments to some like production and worker distribution as I was wrapping up after I finished wrapping up recording the last episode. So there are a couple minor differences in like the production queue and how population's distributed and all that. But for some reason, my closest neighbor had chosen the Phoenicians. This was a very odd series of events. So I wound up going to war with them, capturing their capital, raising a city here, and then they founded this city here, which I demanded as a grievance that they didn't give me. And then several turns later, they just randomly gave up their last city and destroyed their entire civilization. Just very odd. I can't say I've ever seen that happen before. Now, if you remember from the last episode, I was considering between a whole bunch of different cultures, and I think they all would have worked. I was thinking about the Celts, the Mayans, the Nazca, the Romans. There are a whole bunch of options, the Greeks as well. I could have made do with any of them. I think I decided to choose the Maya for two reasons. First is that I already have some bonuses to production. I wouldn't say bonuses, but have a decent production base from the Cyclopean Fortress that I'd like to continue to capitalize on. The second reason is that of all the options, it's been the longest since I played the Maya, so I decided to pick them. And the third is, now that there have been like changes to line of sight, I wanted to test out the Noble Javelineer and kind of see how that works now. I get the feeling it's quite a bit better than it was. So let's start with tech. I think I want to go for standing army first. Everyone else is basically in the classical era at this point, so I want to start to catch up there. I'm also going to move some folks onto science so I can get that going, and we're going to think about our production queue. I'm going to take that market quarter out that I had queued up. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a segment of markets down here instead. We'll see. So let's get a few of my emblematic quarters queued up. I think down there I'd rather maintain a little bit of food output, and this will connect the Cyclopean Fortress. So if this area ever comes under attack, I'll have 3 city tiles instead of 1. And then up here, probably going in this direction makes more sense. There's a lot of production down here, so this could end up as like a Maker's Quarter kind of mosaic. And up in Byblos, so we're wrapping up flood irrigation. That's a nice chunk of production that we'll get there. That's a pretty nice way to configure those. They'll be in a nice little mosaic as well. And let's see. Let's just get all this infrastructure queued up. So I'm going to take that guy off money and put them on industry for now. Down here, I'll only be able to support 1. I suppose that probably makes the most sense. The thing is, they get a pretty decent bonus for adjacent, adjacent Maker's Quarters. So I'm wondering if that's actually the best place, because like, there's no real other place I'll put Maker's Quarters there. I'll have to think about that one. I'm going to let this one continue to build its infrastructure for now. Now, in the meantime, we are sending a force over to Parsa. And we're going to have this scout come down here, take care of this little thing here so it doesn't spawn any more units. Also producing a scout in this city. I am going to pillage this and resettle it. I want to send a scout up to this area with the Wonder here and claim that and maybe attach that eventually. Do you think the Nazca could have been interesting in this game? I do have 1 Wonder in my territory already and another one up here. There's also another one down here that I'll probably come to own at some point. But I think most cultures can be interesting most of the time. So I'm going to, let me double check something. I feel like this counts as a religious district. It does. So I'm going to take the option that reduces religious district industry cost. and that's going to reduce the cost of producing the kuna. I can also claim a wonder, and I am thinking about mausoleum. So I have a decent industrial base already, so I should get a fair number of districts out, and I don't have any real bonuses to science at the moment. There are, some changes compared to the base game. So, like, Colossus of Rhodes now increases the number of militia units that spawn, which is nice if you're playing defensively, but I don't feel like I'm going to need that. I think Mausoleum makes sense. Statue, obviously, I haven't built a lot of alliances this game. Colosseum is interesting. I think especially the war weariness, the minus 50% war weariness is quite strong. But I think I want to supplement my science output, so I'm going to claim Mausoleum, even if it'll be a little bit before we build it. Alright, so what else do I still have to do? I apparently changed the spawn point for my unit somehow. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Send them over this way. They'll probably counterattack. I have good vision on this land here, so I'm not as worried about an army showing up. I also noticed that, the green AI player here has built stables of Pi Ramses, which is probably in this, in their capital here. Might be worth taking that if I can get my hands on it. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough war score. I might have to wait for another conflict. Okay, they'll retreat. And what else do I have to do? Okay, so I finished that. Let's go back up here and start... Actually, no, I have to get rid of the city. I suppose the scout can do it, because I can't embark yet. So I have to wait to get that tech. I can also influence purchase a couple of these, which is going to help some of my output. So this is extra industry on makers quarters, and this will give me extra science on researchers, both of which are very good for me at the moment. And down here, doesn't really matter what I build since I'm getting rid of it next turn. So it's not a very well located city in my opinion. Kind of gets in the way. So I'd rather be back at my city cap. It's only a minus 10 stability penalty for being one over the city cap in this mod, or mod pack, really. However, I will be taking 2 cities here, right? So I'm going to have a pretty sizable penalty. This is a little obnoxious. Okay, they'll retreat. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to knock out this army this turn. Let's see, I'm going to deploy off-river. Seems like it might be the only way to really get any damage in here, though, which is okay, I suppose. And we'll hit the spearmen here. I'm going to let this last unit come in. I don't want to... Oh, it's a lot of damage. Actually, I'll go ahead. They do a fair bit of damage if you're standing on reinforcements. But I don't think these reinforcements are strong enough to be a problem, and they're not. So, okay. Have you wait there. Put an outpost down. I have to claim this territory too. You can wait a turn. And let's go after their city here. An event. I don't really need that. I don't know what other events that triggers. I don't know the events very well in general. So I'm just hoping for the best, honestly. Okay, this should be a pretty easy fight for me here. I have a major high ground advantage. Actually going to put my archers right there and right there where they will have direct fire. They do have their own archers. Ah, they can attack me there. I didn't realize that, actually. Wish I had known that. This guy's just going to hold. He's a little low health, and they do have archers, so there's a risk that my units die if I take that attack. Go after their archers, of course. Try to minimize damage to my own units by killing this with ranged units. Oops, come on. There we go. Alright, so that's the city. See how we're doing. So their war support has collapsed pretty hard. Do I have any ticking? Not a little bit. It's net 0 though, whereas they're going to lose war support very quickly. I think I'm in the clear on this particular war. As long as they don't retake their city randomly. Let's park these units here. I'm going to, since I'm kind of using these guys more aggressively, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade these ones. Let's get the Javelineers first. And we'll wait on the rest of these guys. Alright. So you're just going to have to wait for a bit. I suppose neither of these territories are particularly important. This one will eventually get attached to Byblos. Or maybe another city if I decide I want to settle another one up there, which could make sense. So next up, I think the choice is between philosophy or hydrology. I think hydrology is probably more useful for me immediately. I want these two infrastructure. I do have a decent amount of river. Then we go to philosophy for the city cat, as well as the research quarter and school. It'll be a while before I start building those research quarters, though. You want science. Don't have enough to upgrade these Promakoi, really. Would be nice to have more gold income. I'm gonna consider moving a couple people onto money here. How does this affect my production queue if I put 2 here? It does cut a turn off, which might be worth it. I think that's fine. 72 money a turn is not amazing, but it's fine for where I'm at in the game. Yeah, I'm not particularly scared of that army there. Go ahead and make that attack. Yeah, so I'll win that war on my next turn. So I'm all set in that respect. There's a good spot here. I want to relocate this one, actually, by 1. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to do. We'll wait another turn to drop this other outpost. So I am considering, founding another city up there at some point. We're going to go for that one to give a little bit of space between those outposts. Okay, so forced surrender. So the most important one I want is Parsa. And I definitely want here. I don't have enough for everything. So do I value this horse more? Or do I value these 2 luxuries? There's a part of me that thinks I should take this one, so I have another territory to attach here, but I think I do value the luxuries more. So I'm going to grab that spot here. And let's see. Yeah, their infrastructure in here is complete crap. So we're going to just immediately pillage that, and we'll be founding a new, or dropping a new outpost there. And it's time to start thinking about dealing with this player as well, since I am playing quite aggressively this turn, or this game. rather. So my first tenant. A lot of them have been taken already. I do wonder if Shelter of True Oracles might be okay for me this game. I am exploiting a decent number of mountains. Does this count as mountain? It does. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's... See, I'm only exploiting 3 there, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay amount of mountain, and there's some up here too, so I am considering that. Same from Intoxicants is obviously pretty decent. Let's see. An industry on woodland. Is it just woodland? So it doesn't, it's not forest, just woodland. Interesting. I don't know if that one's quite as worth it. The ones I would have wanted are taken already. Observe fast, +1 food on dry grass. You have a decent amount of dry grass. Not up here, though. Oh, I guess that's dry grass there. Yeah, I think I'd rather supplement my influence, to be honest. So there is Smite on Believers. Give me that extra experience and reduce unit upkeep, which would help my gold. But how much would it help my gold? It would improve my income by 3, which I think that's better later in the game, right? But I'd rather have something that gives me impact right now. So I'm going to go for Shelter of the True Oracles. That'll help my influence income a little bit. And any district exploits that. So I don't need to worry about whether or not the district exploits exploits influence, because nothing exploits influence. So just need to have something adjacent to that mountain. So if I'm not mistaken, now that I've selected that tenant, yeah, so +2 on religious district per adjacent holy site. So if I have, say, the kunas that I'm building, and I have the stone rings adjacent to them, I get a little bit of extra influence from that. There's yeah, I'm not feeling like super strong religious pressure in any particular area. There's part of me that maybe wonders if I should put the site here. I am going to be lower on stability in this city. So the reason I'm thinking about that is because then I can kind of use this city's production. So I'm going to commit to doing the site there. And I have lower stability there, right? Because there's another culture that built that city, so they don't have those Cyclopean fortresses that are really stabilizing me. I'll just drop a new one instantly there, and immediately attach. Yeah, see, they rolled right into my territory when I did that, which I kind of expected. So we're going to go for the Kuna first here. There we go. 14, 14. Yeah, both of those are decent. Let's send them up this way. And we're going to start upgrading this army as well, because I think there's probably another conflict right on the horizon here with the Axumites. Now I get some more things for trespassing. Let's see. I am considering doing the +3 influence on territories if they follow my religion. I have not had much difficulty generating grievances this game, and I don't really need the extra faith output at the moment. Also kind of wonder if I should detach one of these and attach it to Mikane, but I think I can maybe just go for this one here. So I had kind of set this Cyclopean fortress up to exploit these tiles here. I'll have to see. Let's see. So very underdeveloped in terms of infrastructure in this place. 16 there. Let's see. Yeah, either one of those is fine, really. I think the Maker's Quarters are kind of going to end up going in this area up here. We'll see. Actually, there is... Take that back, because there's a possibility that this ends up attached to Mycenae, that they get absorbed into each other at some point, and this is a decent area for some Maker's Quarters in there later in the game. Okay, what do you want? I'm going to just refuse those. They're already at max war support, so just refuse those as well. Okay, so they're demanding that I declare war. I think what I'm going to do... What are my demands? It's a pretty decent chunk of gold there. A decent strategic advantage in that position. I am worried about this city here. Actually, let me... Ranged units would be the option. And I just let my... I feel like they'll go up that way, but there is a river there that kind of prevents them from doing anything. I'm going to give this a quick save, because I don't really want to withdraw those demands. I'd really like to have that money. So we'll go for the war declaration. I'm not going to get a penalty from that, because I have enough war support already. Let's move these guys along over here. Yeah, and they're falling back anyway. So I think I'm in okay shape. Okay, so they're attacking my envoy, I guess. Okay, so Thebes. We want to come from this way to attack Thebes, right? We don't want to attack from down here. We want the high ground. And they've kind of... I'm worried because I can't see them. I'm going to get on the river here, just in case I need to move up in this direction. I'm going to reinforce... It's going to take a while to move. That's kind of unfortunate that I'm going to lose some influence output from that, but oh well. 26 industry there. Let's get that in the queue. And set this as our production center here. Let's get another noble javelin here and a swordsman in the queue. I kind of feel like I'm not sure. The 26 industry is so much more production efficient, so I think I do that first, even though I'd prefer to have the units a little sooner. I think after this, we're going to grab fortifications. See, let's do fortifications first and then philosophy. I'm fine with the -10 stability penalty for now, and it's pretty unlikely I'm going to be building those research quarters. Okay, so I'm going to get a swordsman in here as well, because I need both of these armies down in this direction. It's going to take me a while to kind of crawl over there. Just instant resolve that, no big deal. Apparently I declared an unjust war, which I'm not really sure how that's working, because I had 100 war support. Okay. 11 industry on the forge. I think I need to worry about growth a little more. Also would really like to get mausoleum up. Let's just get this through this queue before I start adding more stuff to it. I do have a habit of making really, really long queues. It's a good agriculture district. So 11 from that. 50 industry. Oh boy. Okay, we'll do the forge first for that extra 18. Plus 50. There's no way. 2, 4, 6. Be 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20. Wow. Yeah, I guess. Okay. I thought that had to be an error, but Suppose not. Thinking about how many of these can I move? Just one. All right. Really prefer these to be fully upgraded. I guess having one guy that has indirect fire still is probably a good thing. Okay, we're moving some units up that way. Just get a swordsman in here as well. I can buy that next turn if I really need to. Be nice to have more money as well. I do really need to start making some market quarters soon. Actually, this is a good candidate down here for that. That would be really nice. That would be great for a VOC warehouse down there. Or any market quarter, really, but... see if they go for it. They don't. Interesting. And have these guys come up here, and then these two armies can go for Thebes. Okay, they're going to have quite a few reinforcing armies here. How long would it take me to reinforce? I am considering sieging this down for a little bit, based on the number of units that they have. They are going to be able to reinforce there. I'll also be able to reinforce a little. Be a bit of a trickle. Mostly worried about the archers kind of plinking me down. I think I'm going to siege that and see what happens.
Debate and
also, I just realized, apologies, I need to pull up my audio settings here because I have the outputs wrong. So there may have been some extra audio being picked up in the background there, and I apologize for that. Oh, right. I can't move through that. Silly of me. It's a very silly mistake. I think I'm fine, though. Here's the thing, right? Is as long as I'm sieging this, like, yes, they can reinforce it, but they also can't produce anything here. So I'm not as concerned. They're not going to magic an army in there, really. I have to be kind of careful about how I do this, because I only have one tile I can really... I guess I can go there as well. But if I move this army here, it kind of blocks that as a reinforce point for any other armies. So I need to combine the armies first. Okay, I'm going to grab Rhetoric, I think. Actually, let's grab Trade Expeditions, because I do want to get a unit up here to claim that. Then we can maybe grab Rhetoric after. Just withdraw demands there. Don't want another fight at the moment. No, I don't want a white piece. Okay. So, Byblos... Wow. Okay, let's get that 11 food first. I do want to make sure I'm still growing. I am also considering building Mausoleum here. Just because I think Byblos is going to get pretty big, which is both good for the amount of science that this produces, but it's also good for the stability effects, right? He may be up here. Kind of just want it out of the way, to be honest. The thing is, it doesn't really exploit anything, so let's see. +2 science per district on city, +2 influence per adjacent district. So that's really the only benefit, placing it near something else. I think maybe right in there makes sense. Don't think I need a ton of influence out of that. I haven't placed the embassy yet, which is something I should consider doing. Does provide a decent amount of influence and stability. I'll think about that on the next turn. All right. Make sure I still have enough. I do. Okay. Upgrade that. Let's reinforce here. So this will also attrit down their defenders, right? I think maybe once I have another ram here, I can go for it. 24 industry from watermill, huh? Also quite good. Okay. I do need to start thinking about things other than production, but it's really hard to do because everything's so production efficient for me at the moment. Go for preach, maybe? Don't think I need fanatical. Reduced costs on religious districts, though. How many more of those am I building? Only a handful. I'm actually good with replacing that now. I will take that. I'd rather have that extra influence output. I'm not really founding that many more cities. I do need to send something down here at some point. I'm going to go for bountiful just to get my population up. Just get this guy positioned to eventually go over there and claim that territory. This guy isn't really doing anything. Let's have him make the long journey down here, and hopefully I can claim that with the die before the green player does. And if I wait another turn, I'll have another sword in here, and I'll also have the battering ram, so lovely. Come on. Doesn't want to let me in. Okay. I think we're going to go for this. I'm not sure how much damage these do, to be honest. It's very rare I actually use rams. Put them up there. I can kind of blanket reinforcements as they come in. Promakoi. Sure, you can be there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to destroy the walls here. It doesn't seem like I'll be able to. And battering rams are pretty vulnerable. Okay. Sure, we have all these guys. Could have used another archer here, honestly. I'm worried about these archers. I'm going to start moving these archers around so I can actually start hitting him. I will have an advantage from high ground. Could be a big fight, though. They have a lot of archers, actually, which is cause for concern for me. I do have some more units coming in. Okay, there goes one of the battering rams. It's fine. Actually, not a big deal. Okay, thankfully I can kill those archers instantly. these guys over here. Move these guys here. And they can help me take out these spearmen, maybe. There we go. Let's get my maximum adjacency bonus there. Okay, maybe. Very nice. Let's reclaim the high ground with these swordsmen and try to start breaking into the city. Let's see. Yeah, no real route down, that's fine. This is really the only means by which we can get into melee with each other, right? So this is going to be determined by how efficiently I'm able to take out their archers for the most part. I think I need to do... I need to move that guy. Move him there. Move my archers up. Okay, let's get into the city. All I have to do is hold this flag. And I win the fight. For this one round. That's it. I think it's a pretty low chance they managed to kill this swordsman. Yeah, they just don't have enough places to melee attack me. Okay, lovely. So, that was a lot easier than I anticipated. I'm worried about a bit of a counterattack this way. I have to send these units back. Okay. You can continue to wait. One more turn on that. Okay, we're working on Mausoleum. Let's see. Can I get this down to one turn? Man, I hate when that happens. Okay. I'm going to have Mikane help with the Mausoleum after it's finished the Kuna here. There's part of me that wants to attach another territory as well. Okay. I'm going to set this spot as the spawn point. I think it gets a little down there a little more efficiently. I was thinking about maybe building some units in here, but I don't think I need it quite yet. I do need a new envoy, actually. I'm going to slip that in here. Can I put that down to 2? There we go. We'll go for that distribution. Let's see. To find some ways to get our war support, or get its war support down, the AI. That's a pretty decent army there. I feel pretty confident that these guys can defend me from these kind of roving armies. I got my envoy, put auto explore on. These guys can go up here now. Oh, nice. Yeah, we can just drop it right there, and we'll grab that next turn. I'm thinking about attaching here as well. Don't need to make that decision quite yet. We're going to grab Rhetoric, specifically for the theater. I'd really like to get my influence output up. I struggle a lot with the influence Aerostars. Just kind of as a result of how I play. Those enemy armies up there? And they're running around with a lot of random units. Let's make sure we're defended there. Then, yep, I think that makes sense. Lovely. Weird that they... I guess that was an independent people there. So I guess they had been influencing it. wonder if I can kind of bait them into taking that fight if I don't reinforce with my other units here. I cannot. Alright. So, 3 turns on Mausoleum. Okay, there's some decent stuff up here. It's not bad. If I could get this attached to Mikane, it would have pretty big effects on my industry output. Actually, the public fountain for some extra growth gain wouldn't be a bad idea, and the school. Let's just get our infrastructure out here. Okay. Yeah, I'm really going to be chasing a lot of armies this conflict. Will they reinforce? They will. What's this? Yeah, so they can't really attack anything. Yeah, it's pretty favorable deployment because I can kind of get up onto the high ground right away. Oh. That might even be better, to be honest. Take this fight. Oh man, that's quite a position for Noble Javelineers. I think we're going to just put them right there, though. Up there is a little excessive. Shodalai are a bigger threat for sure, so we'll target them. A little challenging to get these guys into an actually useful position. Let's back them up for now. Yeah, nothing they can really do over there. Okay, I think we just end round. Let them attack us. That'll be the only thing these Javelineers will be able to target. Okay, nice. Can just kill those Shodalai outright. We'll get a rear attack. We'll get another rear attack there. See if I could hopefully kill this unit. The more units I can kill, the better. Nice. Okay, had to get a little lucky to get both of those, but works for me. And I'm still going to regenerate because I am still in my the territory that I am holding. Let's see. Alright. Weird spot for an outpost there. So I want to go here as well and try to get this army out of action. I don't think they're retreating. They are exhausted. Okay. But they're not. They haven't retreated, so. Alright. So can get the stuff up and running. Sure. Aha. I suspected there might be another one over there, so that's why I kind of put the harbor in that area. Salt and pearls, both decent. Let's see. Can I get this to one turn? There we go. Okay, end the turn. Make sure they don't yoink the city from me. Claim another wonder if I wanted. Only statues available. I don't think it's worth it. I think Memphis might be a city too far. in this case. Probably be fine. So I'm actually going to send these guys kind of up in the direction of this city here. I want to try to get them offline. I'm going to use these guys to knock this out. I'm just going to play defensively around Thebes with that army. Try to take out Sus, or Zeus, whatever it's called. Play like that. So the Javelineers can fire. Okay. That's nice. Sure, we're not really on low ground here. I'm just going to defend with my swords. No reason to take those attacks. And Noble Javelineers feel a lot better now that you can actually like kind of use them in less limited circumstances. Kind of makes me want to play the Olmecs a little bit more as well, honestly. Okay, let's finish up the stone rings. And we'll want the forge as well. Let's grab the forge first. Trying to think. I think in general the city makes more sense making market quarters. Would like some extra food output as well. So I think what I want is this farmer's quarter here, and then I can start filling in this area with market quarters. Here, okay, you can make your way back. What's this? No thanks. And they are spamming placate on me. I don't have an embassy still, so I can't do the same to them. Should actually get that soon. That seems like it's probably fine, actually. I don't think I'm going to utilize this space up here very much. Let's grab that embassy. Also need tech. So, charcoal kiln has changed quite a bit from the base game, because it used to be plus industry a maker's quarter per adjacent maker's quarter. So obviously that technology is a decent bit different there. I'm going to grab conquest, though, and maybe come back for craftsmanship. I think I have good enough industry at this point. It's quite strong for this point in the game, especially for not having picked the Egyptians. Right, get up here, upgrade my Promicoite. Ooh, where are they going? I feel like there's no city where I need more than 2 to defend, like 2 units. I should be fine with just the citizens that are provided. I'll see what direction it's going in, because I can always grab a watchtower, which in this mod provides the extra militia, which could be useful. Okay, I need to maintain them there. And I have... These guys aren't retreating, but just making them retreat gives me war support and clinks away at their war support, so... Yeah, that's another -5, and I get +5, so I want to do that pretty much every turn, because I am losing war support very quickly in this, just passively. I need to try to grab as much war support as I can every turn. They're going down here. I think I'll be okay here. It's hard to say. Wow, did these guys really just get in my way? You jackasses. I really hate these, like, just randomly wandering armies. They're so obnoxious. Like, they constantly get in the way like this. Oh, we can attack there, it's fine. The Noble Javelineers have an effect that, what is it, I think reduces the their melee penalty by half. But it's really not that bad if they get melee attacked. I don't remember if that's a mod edition or if that's in the base game now. I could go up an era. Make sure we continue to make them retreat as much as possible. Okay. So they founded a city down there. So no chance of me getting that die, unfortunately. I think this scout... So I suppose I can wait for these guys to finally decline whenever that is, and then grab that territory there. Sage Science there. Do need to grow. I don't have a lot of filled slots at the moment. Let's grab a farmer's quarter. We'll grab the artificial reservoirs as well. Let's take a look at where I am. I'm 5th, which is fine for this point in the game, I think. Actually, who's been taken already? The English. Okay. I feel like the AI really like the English. Alright, it's my turn. Close to victory, apparently. Alright, so they're going up here. Actually, it's probably... I could grab the watchtower, but it's probably better for me to just grab some units. I suppose a swordsman's probably more important in this case. So I just kind of have to sit there and tank hits for a while. Okay, so we should be able to take this city out this turn. Let's see. It's a good spot, so you can kind of like fire through units now. Actually, 1 second. So you can kind of fire like between units now with these direct fire units. So that's a good place for my javelin there. Okay, I don't think I can fire over that unit. I'll find out. I can't. Alright. Let's just like block down here. And I can, wow, do a lot of damage there. Go ahead and take out a unit. Not going to bother making that attack. They'll kind of ram into me. Those are some dead archers. Oh, right, because those are districts, right? So districts you can attack over, which I kind of forgot about, to be honest. Or, I guess I didn't forget about it, but I wasn't consciously thinking about it. Just get right down here. Not worried about the melee penalty on these guys. Chance I kill them? Nice. How am I doing on stars? Not too bad. I'm gonna start thinking about money. I know I've been saying that like this entire time. I think yeah, after this, I don't have any higher priorities. I think Byblos maybe becomes my science spot. I want to get over into this area, I think. And to be honest, the land's kind of broken up. It's not great for research quarters. I'm actually going to attach this while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Yeah, 18 there. Works great. And let's put some people on money. I'm less concerned about food at the moment. Pretty good quarter there. Just trying to queue some things up. I don't like to worry about like exactly what I'm building on every single turn. Yeah. Just get in there. Okay, what I do from here is pretty much irrelevant. There we go. There's Sus. Seuss, however it's pronounced. I think that'll do it. There we go. So I'll win that war. Take that Noble Javelineer out there. Might just be time to disband him. I'd like to get down to the islands there, but not possible at the moment. Alright. Might as well make this attack before I end the war. Just want to knock out as many of their units as I can. Alright. Yeah, I won't quite be able to get him. Is this... Yeah. I'll just force surrender here. Alright, so we definitely want Thebes. Not as worried about Sus. They do have Ebony in 2 of these. So, this territory here, and this territory here. Nimbus seems the least critical. So let's take those ones. I'm gonna let them keep Sus for the time being. It's not a very strategically important city. It does have the ambergris, but I think the rest of these territories just make more sense. So make all those demands for trespassing. We're gonna go after this guy. Even better, another unit. Alright, so Thebes. Alright, so, wow, 23. Those are pretty good. Start getting the Kunas. Oh, and I get 2 adjacent to each other there. That's like the ideal layout, basically. That'll get me a little extra influence from the mountain because of my religion as well. So it'll take me a little bit to get this stuff going. Actually going to put 1 on food there so we don't lose pop. Why don't we do this? Buy that flood irrigation. I've got a bunch of money in the war deal. Forge is 11. 20 there, 11 there, 28. I have the lumber yard. Then we'll start hard building those. I have to deal with that. Some of these units up there. You can send these ones kind of in that direction as well. And then these guys will come back to me. I'm just going to have you idle. I might have a use for a scout later and I don't want to spend production on it. So we're just going to have them kind of stick around. I don't think that 1 population is really critical for me at the moment. Siege tactics would be okay for that extra army slot. I think I want craftsmanship first, though. I do need theaters as well. Because my influence output's not amazing, right? It's... Obviously, I haven't picked aesthetes, but it is hard to generate the aesthete stars, so I want to make sure I'm keeping up on that. Yeah, I was going to build market quarters in here after I finish this farmer's quarter, so we'll hold off on the theater there. It is, the theater, I think, is 3 times better in VIP compared to in the base game. Maybe 2 times better. It's garbage in the base game. It pretty much doesn't do anything. Interesting that it's... Why did it take all my movement to go there? It's along a river. I was already on that river. And I own that building, so that doesn't make sense to me. Let's see what I got. No, don't care. Okay, embassy. Nothing I can do at the moment. My envoy running around. Wouldn't it be a bad idea to get another envoy? Let's see. Hope for overproductive for the extra outputs. 13 industry there. 11 food. Be okay. 19 industry would be alright. I think I should maybe, yeah, let's get some market quarters, or at least a market quarter down here, just to prop up my money generation a little bit. Whoop. Okay, I thought they were hostile. You can idle? Okay. And we're already at an hour, so I think we'll probably end the episode there. This is a pretty good spot, I think, because I've got a little ways to go in the classical, in my opinion. Got some stars still left to get, but we'll see how the classical wraps up in the next one. So thanks for joining me. See you soon.